All right, new developments this morning in the murders of two Kansas moms. Suspects in this case will be in an Oklahoma courtroom in about 30 minutes. They are accused of killing Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. The pair vanished on March 30th on their way to pick up Butler's two kids for a supervised visitation. Their bodies tragically were found more than 2 weeks later in a rural area of Oklahoma. The suspects in the case each charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. One of them, Tifany Adams, is the paternal grandmother of Butler's children. The two women had been in a bitter custody battle over the little girls. Trial attorney Karen Conti joining us now to talk more about the case. She's the author of the new book, Killing Time, with John Wayne Gacy. Welcome back, as always, Karen. What are the challenges for attorneys on both sides in a case like this when you have 5 suspects in a double murder?
Well, you're going to see probably some of the defendants turning on each other and blaming each other. And you're going to find the prosecution looking at the least culpable of these 5 people and trying to get them to turn on the others. And so everyone is going to need a separate attorney. Everybody's going to have a separate defense here. And it's going to be very, very complicated.
Based on what we've seen publicly so far in court documents, the paternal grandmother, does she seem the most culpable? Does it seem like the finger pointing will start with her?
It probably will, just because it seems like, from what I've read in these affidavits, which are very detailed, that there was a plan. This plan was in place for a long time. And in fact, these defendants made some efforts to kill the mother before by using some sort of weight and throwing it into her house, and it was unsuccessful. So my guess is that the grandmother is going to be deemed to be the ringleader in this matter. And, you know, it's interesting because grandmothers, there's a kind of an obsessed grandmother syndrome, maybe not officially, but some of these grandmothers become very, very adamant that they want custody of their grandchildren, and they become emotionally distraught when they're not. And my guess is that we're going to see a little bit of that when the evidence comes out.
I mean, you practice family law. I'm sure you've seen some pretty contentious custody battles play out, maybe not quite to this level.
I will tell you this. People think that criminal law is the most dangerous when it comes to defendants and lawyers and judges, but it's not. It's family law. Why? Because in criminal law, usually the criminals are locked up or they're handcuffed. In family law court, everyone's walking around. It's a very dangerous place. Judges have been murdered. Lawyers have been murdered. And, you know, I just read the statistics last year. 950 children died during custody disputes. So even the children are at risk when it comes to these cases.
Yeah.
Emotions are high, and people feel like they have no other options than to murder, and I guess in some cases.
Yeah, it's personal. And in this case, a 16-year-old daughter of Twombly gave investigators the potential damning evidence in this case that led to their arrest. How key will she be to the prosecution's case?
There's a lot of evidence here. Other than that, I mean, there's cell phones, there's texts and emails, there's forensic evidence. So there's going to be a lot of that. But this is going to be key because apparently, according to the affidavit, one of the defendants told her what they were going to do and told her to clean up the car. So this poor girl, who now has both her parents in jail, is now going to be #1 witness in this case. And that is going to be very unfortunate for her and put her in a very, very bad position.
The tough thing here, and Karen, we saw this the first time 4 of the suspects appeared in court, was the family members of the 2 victims showed up. They wanted to go after these 4 suspects, and you understand the emotion involved. How will the judge in this small community prepare for a case like this when it is so emotionally charged and these people are in so much pain?
Well, you saw the defendants when they were being brought into court, and they're all wearing bulletproof vests. So you know that they are very prepared for this. The police have also said that they are going to have a huge presence every time this case is in court. And you're going to see that. And my guess is that everybody who's on duty and some people who aren't on duty are going to be at that courthouse protecting everyone. Emotions are very, very high. And again, this is just such a tragic, just senseless murder. And, you know, it's in a small community. It's just a recipe for violence.
Death penalty in this case, Karen, how likely is that?
My guess is that we're going to see the death penalty. Oklahoma has used the death penalty pretty frequently compared to other states, and they're not afraid to use it. And my guess is they're going to choose at least 1 or 2 of the defendants to seek the death penalty, and maybe by doing so, get some sort of plea in exchange for life in prison.
Yeah, you're right, senseless. This is just one of the worst cases. Feeling for both of those families. Karen Conti, as always, appreciate your perspective. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.